Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. We have Everton here today from diversitypop. This is going to be a really cool time to learn about what Everton's doing, what diversitypop is. We're very excited to talk about diversity and inclusion and how you guys are going to be influencing, the way that we all approach this. And let's maybe start with an introduction. Everton, go for it.
Thanks, James. So I'm Everton Cranston and one of the co-founders for diversitypop, which I'm going to look forward to sharing with a little bit more with you on this discussion here today, James, and for those listening. Currently in the capacity to be the Chief Growth Officer for diversitypop. We're a small startup, but I'm looking forward to this discussion. So in a nutshell, diversitypop is a new model for diversity training. We look at it in a very simplistic way as diversity fitness for every day. It's offered in a profile-free way, personalized to an organization. It's e-learning, and basically it's an e-learning platform on mobile device. And it's also a communication vehicle within this mobile device, but it's designed to give you intermittent training that integrates this kind of diversity training on the fly. That's what it is in a very simplistic way. It's a new model.
An innovative approach, which is what captivated me about kind of what you guys are doing. Like, why did you come up with the idea?
So the idea came up. It was really a brainchild of 12 co-founders, former classmates and former veterans, military veterans. We came up with the idea last summer in the wake of all the chaos and the world was watching happening in the U.S. with all the riots and the unfortunate situations there. But for me, it wasn't just that. It was an opportunity to be part of the solution. And we built this platform with some ingenuity and some skill sets that we've gathered over the last couple of years of our corporate lives. And we think we have a great model that's going to be a disruptor to this area of diversity, equity, inclusion training.
And who's going to use it? Like, how does it actually work in practice?
So in practice, as I said, it's a mobile app. Only designed for mobile platforms in its current state. We feel this is where the future is. Most people are interacting with their mobile device, probably the first device they pick up in the morning and the last one they put down.
Sadly, that's very true for me, yeah.
And throughout the day, you're probably picking up this device probably every 2 to 3 minutes. It's just the nature of the current environment. And the future, we know, is going mobile. And we are taking advantage of mobility and ubiquity of this platform. So we built a platform on diversity, equity, inclusion, where we've kind of brought all of it in a very simple way. If you want to use a Netflix analogy, we made it Netflix on diversity, equity, inclusion training. And we made it entertaining, we made it enriching, and we made it inviting for people to come in. On average, we're seeing people spend anywhere to 4 to 5 minutes a day on something that's so important these days. Which is to learn and expand their mind in a very anonymized way of learning. So it's not asking for your personal information when you download the app. It just you just jump right into the pool and you expand your curiosity.
Yeah, I think what's really important for the audience to understand is that this is something companies can purchase for their staff to use that gives data to the company and yet educates the staff at the same time, right? I mean, there's two benefits to this. There's the user and then the benefits they get in terms of being able to influence their culture in ways that they wouldn't be able to do, right? This is bringing a data solution to a problem that's never had a data or a technology solution approach to it before.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned the word data, because we know we're a data-driven world. James, everyone wants the data. The numbers speak, right? So the app is not only there's analytics in the app, because you can track how much on your own, and each individual person can see how much time they're spending on learning within the app. So there's analytics in the app. So we have analytics that the individual user will see, not only he or she's time spent, but they can see how much time the overall organization, they're part of an organization, how much time the overall organization is spending, and so they can baseline their own time, efforts, and learnings. And then we've gamified the app itself. I don't want to leave this part out, because we know people need some motivation, some dopamine effect to come back in. So we've kind of added what we call a pop score, where you can kind of see how much you know and how little you don't know on this important topic. So again, the analytics organization, from an administrative standpoint, you can see how much time your organization is spending on this topic. And it moves away for the one-off training that you might have done throughout the year. And now you're seeing your organization spending a lot more time in an area that's so important. Well, we all know engagements drive people's positive behavior. The more engaged colleagues are, the more safe they feel. They bring their very best every day. And that's the ultimate goal with Diversity Pop. Yeah.
Look, that's why we decided that it was so important to have this partnership with you and to help not necessarily just raise awareness of what you guys are doing and the fantastic work that we believe you are doing, but also to become a user. You know, we've engaged with you guys, and we're a proud user of the app already, right? So I can't wait to see the improvements it has. So if you were going to tell people, you know, a quote or a reason why they should work with you or they should be speaking to you, you know, go for it. What would you say?
I would say, you know, Diversity Pop brings perspectives on diversity, and perspectives is what we want. Different perspectives bring different ideas, different ways of doing things. And ultimately with that, it brings success. But again, perspectives on its own is not what the app is about. It's about having shared values and a shared vision around those perspectives. That's how the sweet spot comes together. So organizations that are going out there and just buying the app, we don't want them just to buy the app. We want them to take the app, embrace it, and make sure and ensure that the app is part of their cultural DNA.
It's not just, you know, a CSR play. It's about embedding a technology that enables them to create a better culture, allows their staff to feedback. Because I love the way that you can drive questions to your staff that you would probably never feel comfortable directing otherwise, or would feel you would ever get an honest answer. You know, and the functionality of the application allows that. It allows us to ask our staff, are we doing enough for you? You know, do you have any issues with our D&I strategy right now? You know, what improvements can we do? And get real useful information. As well as obviously allowing the individual, the person in the company to be able to just slowly but regularly learn, right? Because you and I have talked passionately about how a meeting once a year from a probably very, very inspirational, motivational speaker, but that 1 hour alone does nothing very much. You know, it's got to be regular, reoccurring learning.
Absolutely. And James, that point you raised, you know, Diversity's Pop intention is to call people in, bring people in, not call them out. And we know the traditional way of learning this topic is, like I said earlier, it's a sensitive topic. You know, in a room discussing race, very sensitive topic when you have people of different genders or race in a room. So Diversity Pop allows you to learn these things in a very anonymized way on a device that we all have. And you can learn, and then that learning then puts into practice and how you engage on a daily basis with each other. So it's not just learning, but also activation. So that's the ultimate goal. But if you build an organization where people feel safe to bring their very best, you can have conversation. And that's another value proposition of the platform. You can use this to have dialogue. You can share content on the app. If you find or hear a great podcast and you think it's relevant, you can bring this to your colleagues' attention. So you can take content and push it out into other channels and share and have a good dialogue on the topic. And that's an ultimate success, is when you have people talking about it versus being quiet about it. And then if they feel safe to have these conversations, now you're building a solid environment. People bring their best every day. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what we can achieve with your app, and I would implore any company or organization or you know, HR director or, you know, diversity inclusion manager to really be thinking about it and talking to you guys. So do you want to tell them how they can get in touch and make sure that you know, they can hear the wonderful things that I've heard when we've had our conversations, and give them every reason why they should be doing what we're doing, which is bringing you guys on board to help us run our organization?
Absolutely, James. And first of all, thank you for joining us in this mission. You know, we're a startup, but small is where it starts, right? And you saw our value proposition right away, and you were intentional in your decision to partner with us. It was, which thank you, because your organization will indeed benefit from this platform without question. So for organizations looking to partner with us, please reach out to diversitypop.com. And you can find out more information there. And you know, send us a registration on a note. There's obviously a place for you to fill in some information. You're looking for more information on us. Again, thank you, James, for this opportunity to be a partner and also seeing value in our efforts.
Well, thank you. It's us who should be saying thank you, but I would like to just finish by suggesting, everybody and anyone who wants to approach innovative ways of tackling diversity inclusion need to be looking at things like this, right? They need to be thinking differently. And I don't doubt for a second that if they start speaking to you and learning about what the application can do, they'll be as riveted as we were, and they'll want to bring it on board too, because it's an inexpensive way of approaching a very potentially expensive problem, right? Which is getting diversity and inclusion wrong. So thank you for doing this, and we can't wait to continue our partnership.
Thank you so much, James, and thank you for being, like I said, intentional.